Jewelry. Who doesn't like it? I mean, I do because I'm neurodivergent, but that doesn't mean I don't like to admire all of those beautiful chainmail pieces, elf ears, intricate chokers, and creative rings. And the best part is, I could make all of this and more with just few tools and materials. And you can too. So make yourself some tea, grab your old glittery kit that one aunt gifted you when you were 10, and join me in my new yapping session. Hi, hello! I'm Moke, a VTuber and a craftsperson. On this channel you can find various informative videos about approaching specific hobbies while on a very tight budget and with environment in mind. If you're a hobby hunter like me and you enjoy anything creative, consider subscribing. And now, let's get back to the topic. Honestly, making jewelry is one of the easiest art forms out there, and I think most creative would agree with me. It's one of those crafts that has a very low entry point, but at the same time can have a very high ceiling, like sewing or crocheting, which basically means that there is no limit, and you can go from a newbie to a bijou god in a span of a few months. Today we're gonna talk about the basics: necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and a bit about rings, as some of the bracelet techniques can be also used for the latter. Things like diadems, ear covers, and other face jewelry leans far heavier into professional metal smithing and wire wrapping, which could be its own separate video, so I'm not going to discuss it here. I was thinking how to categorize everything, and I ended up with this: jewelry made with the use of metal, fabric or string jewelry, and elastic. Let's start with the last one, as I think all of us honorable glittery kit owners are pretty familiar with it anyway. Elastic is obviously the best option for beads, and not much more. You can make bracelets with it, but also rings and even chokers, assuming you own a really durable elastic. Pros: easy and quick to make, easy to repair, assuming you have a stash of elastic. Very aesthetic, can be both super elegant and super casual. Cons: can give you a jump scare if elastic breaks on your skin, and you can't really put any heavy pendants on them. Not to mention that any element other than basic bead may be impossible to install on the elastic. I'd say strings are quite better than fabrics, at least when it comes to the security of fastening. You see, if you use ribbon or any other slippery materials as a jewelry by itself or as a tying section, the bow may quickly unravel. And if you choose to bow it twice or simply make a knot, the ribbon may lose its neat appearance. And the same as with elastic, you can't really put anything heavy on it. Unless you install a metal clasp, but that's something for the next section. Strings, on the other hand, like embroidery thread or a leather strap, can block themselves and prevent the jewelry from falling. All you need to do is to wake up your inner cowboy and tie two lasso-like knots on the string. Created section will work as an adjustable panel, enabling you to put jewelry on and off, and knots will keep everything in place. I know there is also an option of making only one knot, but I never trusted that. It's too easy to loosen it by accident. Even though string jewelry is that much trustworthy, it has completely different vibe than a lace bracelet or a ribbon choker, so if you prefer the coquettish route, I guess you just need to be careful. Both string and fabric options are easy to make, but they usually require new materials and are hard to keep neat looking, especially ribbon ones. They can put up with some weight, strings much more than fabric, but construction-wise both options are still rather limited. The most freedom gives, of course, the use of metal, and is the only option for earrings, as there is no other ways of making hooks. You can choose various clasps and chains for your bracelets and necklaces, different shapes of hooks and other closures for your earrings, decorate it all with heavy rocks and pendants, and be able to attach literally anything. Really? You can use the knowledge from all of the previous videos to make something for your jewelry. Sew tiny plush donuts for your earrings or a decoupage pendant for your chain, make paper mache decorations to attach to bracelets later, and create a statement piece using doll parts. In the jewelry world, everything is possible. All you need is a base and a creativity. Now let's discuss where to find those base elements, what tools you need, and what you can use to make your jewelry, aka the staple inspiration section. Things like elastics can be probably found in any craft store. Fabrics, laces, ribbon and embroidery threads are the easiest to find in your local haberdashery, and metal parts can be bought only online. Unless there is some craft store in your area specialized in stuff like that, but those usually get more pricey. I would strongly discourage buying metal parts from AliExpress and other cheap places because it can be unhealthy for you, but also they are just super low quality and will change color or break very fast. Silver is the best option, as there are not many people allergic to it, but also silver parts can be used, cleaned and reused for many years and even decades. Granted, this option is on the more expensive side, so if you prefer something cheaper, stainless steel will also be okay. Fortunately, you can also salvage parts from your old jewelry. Beads, pendants, chains and closures, hooks and any other metal element that can be cleaned and reused are fair game. You can combine all with new, add some creative flair and end up with totally new, interesting pieces. As for tools, if you plan to try non-metal options, all you need is your hands and maybe scissors. In the case of metal, there are 3 things that you will probably need: needle nose pliers, side cutters and round nose pliers. Technically, you can ignore side cutters since pliers often have cutting section, but it's better to have a separate tool for that. Any other tool is just an addition. You can do almost everything with only those 3. So, you know what materials you can use, what tools you need and what kind of jewelry you can make with listed options. But what exactly can you make? Well, that depends on you. If you have talent in any other craft, try to combine them. Crocheting, soutage, macrame, sculpting, acrylics, sewing, knotting, painting are all perfect options to add some uniqueness to your jewelry. There are as many ways to make it as there are people in the world, so you just experiment and have fun with it. Also tell me, what is your favorite jewelry type and have you ever actually received a jewelry DIY kit? I think it's such a funny gift staple, everyone should get one. And I mean everyone. Thank you for watching this video and see you next week when we get visited by another very interesting guest. Hope you'll have a lovely day. Bye bye!